Apparently, the choices I've made in 6th grade still have consequences, and many doors are closed because of the classes I didn't take when I was 11, or the social circle I didn't have at 14. And obviously, it's possible to grow and change and start again, but that's the problem. People changed, but their past doesn't. For instance, before, scientific classes were waking nightmares for me, but now, years later, I want to work in STEM. And that's the type of things that keep me back in the past, because not all mistakes can be fixed, and sometimes you don't even know at the time that that choice was wrong. That's why it's important to make the most out of everything, and the most out of every single day. That's my way of dealing with the paranoia of not knowing if I'm missing out on something or taking the wrong chance. I'm constantly scared that I might be late, that there could be a deadline I'm not aware of, or something I haven't discovered yet that could upgrade my skills or my days. And what if, when I finally find it, it's too late? It already happened multiple times. Now I'm always on the edge of something, feeling like there's an opportunity slipping through my fingers, even though it's not visible yet. I also have fake future regrets, so having aspirations is a little stressful, because what if I won't have enough time to learn animation and bring the stories I wrote and drew to life? What if I never get to do more than simply existing until I don't? I don't know, there are a few threats where I live that makes me stress about how much time I have. And I'm sure there's someone out there who relates to that, even if it's for different reasons. I mean, even just with the way our system is built and maintained, it's obvious that when you have a full-time job or you're studying, you barely have the time to keep your own space tidy. And even if you do, most jobs suck so much that you don't even have the energy. What I meant by making the most out of every day is basically trying to complete these three categories: knowledge, fun, and care. Knowledge includes learning Spanish, biology, politics, recipes, and it's just 10 minutes a day or more if I can. But doing it every day is what makes it valuable. Then there's my favorite category. Even though I love knowing, understanding, discovering, I wish I could just have fun all the time and not think. Not having a brain seems so peaceful. Fun is exploring abandoned stores, building Lego sunflowers, watching shows, stargazing, that kind of things. And then there's the third category, which is care. That includes working out, wearing pretty outfits, sleeping, physical and mental care. So these 3 points encapsulate what's important for a silly human to do every day. And even if it's just 10 minutes of Spanish, 10 minutes of drawing hands, it's still much better than 15 minutes of it every 5 weeks. That's how I minimize regrets. And honestly, even exploring abandoned stores can lead to regrets, or learning a new skill, trying something new. It will come with the regret of not starting weeks ago, or the regret of losing something, or feeling like you're not getting better at it. The difference is that at least you won't have the regret of not trying. You won't have the regret of wasting your days in the same place, doing the same thing every single day. At least you will have stories to tell and incredible things to complain about. Or maybe I'm trying to manipulate myself into believing that regrets are part of the process, which is true, but I still hate it. These years shaped me, so it only makes sense that I know how to deal with these issues once they've passed. It means I will never be ready, and I will always be learning, never fully prepared, only having the answers when the test is over, and nothing will ever bring these days back. No one can take these lessons from me, though, so I guess the regrets are not for nothing. There's a version of me whose desires I will never fulfill, and mistakes I can never erase. I can only move on. But how do you move on from missing out on the best years of your life? Like every book, movie, and just everyone makes it seem like being 14 to 18 is the best part of your life, which is weird because it's only 4 years, And before that, you were a child and you barely had free will. Also, these years were probably either boring or hell for most people. So, yeah, it doesn't even make sense. But how do you accept this wasted potential? Because nothing hurts like missing out.